Can't believe we can heal a speed charge.
No,
That'd be huge.
Yo, does it do fire damage?
I'm unlocking the secrets to Disc Priest on this boss right now. We're gonna kill it.
This is going holy.
Shut up!
Great Torch does fire damage, guys, give it to me.
My first ramp here, I tried to start at around 8 seconds. I think that allowed to hit me the first damage instance of egg breaks.
And go.
And I usually save Halo for the tail end here, so that I hit the heal absorb. You don't need to do that penance, it's kind of pointless. I was kind of assigned to be a floater here, so it kind of depends how you play obviously, but for here I kind of helped out our ad team. I didn't go very hard here, I could have cycled a schism, but we had healing tide assigned here, so I didn't really need to worry too much. At this point I have to run to save the hunters on boss, so I called for an innervate and I started running over. And my last few globals in Rapture here should be keeping the hunters and the evoker safe. Hit the priest there instead.
My keys so hard that my fingers start
Don't care.
I want to make sure that I'm breaking this heal absorb so that the healers here can help with spot healing the people that are super squishy.
Oh, time if
Thank you, Lorgok.
After that's done, my next damage event I'm looking to hit is the next greatstaff.
Someone's ever called me.
Once again, not hitting it very hard, it doesn't hit that much. I think we only do 2 eggs here.
I am speed.
Personals.
Just cycling a radiance basically. I don't even think I use schism here, nope. This next ramp you can kinda do the way you want to. I decided to walk over to the boss group and hit the ranged players with some single target atones before I started moving back into the group that I played with here on the Yads. And my radiance, I only have 1 radiance here usually, so I can actually... I could have actually played a bit more wide, but that's okay. I want to hit the greatstaff damage here, and then also the chilling tantrum. So those are the 2 damage events that matter here, and there's a lot of throughput to be had here. Once that's done, I instantly start ramping again to use my next radiance charge, and the way I want to do this is that these dragons die as we move them over to the next ad set. And I can use Shadow or Death to keep us alive here as I move to the boss group. So my next task here is that my next cooldown is actually Rapture, and I want to, once again, keep our hunters safe, our evoker safe, and mages and priests safe. So I'm trying to hit as many shields on them as possible, and then I try to make sure that my ramp here is just keeping people healthy. You don't need to bang really hard with it, but it's helpful. It hurts a lot, and those players are just so squishy. So, you can't really do a lot here. I think I ended up doing like 1 rad here, because ideally you actually hit the next great stuff with your evangelism, so... Still, a little bit of a ramp here. And now I move over and I start my ramp, and it kind of depends on how we play this. It got better towards the end, but usually I'd have to run further to start this ramp. And I want to identify which players are in which group for my radiances to make sure that I'm not shooting my radiances to players that already have them. This evangelism has to kind of bang, as you can see. It hurts a lot. Once again, I think it's another 3 set. I think most are even. I think my music in the video got muted here. So we got another sketchy greatstaff set. We don't have a lot we can use here, but we have radiance, so we're just gonna pop that. Yeah, and I used barrier here as a personal, which was kind of a goofy move, but we needed, or rather we want pain subs for either like phase 2 or on our blood decay going into it here. And this greatstaff set is Rapture again, and you can see that I'm trying to target the squishy players. A lot of people now are going to the ads to nuke them down as we phase into phase 2, and what I'm doing meanwhile is trying to keep us healthy for the root absorb coming soon. This is, in my opinion, one of the most sketchy root absorbs in the fight. And I cycle a radiance for it. Tail end of my ramp there, I should have DPS'd more, but I ended up just kind of doing some spot healing instead. This fight is obviously about trying to keep people alive as much as possible, and I feel like it was a better use of my time there. So the next greatstaff here is actually where I want to hit my evangelism. I don't think I hit a very good one here, but I started a bit early, I think. You wanna hit it or start it at like 13. I have the ramp from fucking hell here. We're so fucking safe. Huge ramp. Okay, cool. I nailed it.
Dodge, great stuff. Cut it out, cut it out.
Wildfire first, right?
Get into the wildfire,
So watch how we play with this root absorb here. Watch this here.
and then
We have a lot of people that are far out, but ideally you want to be closer.
make room.
And what that helps
make
do
room.
is that we can break them with damage. And the master spells.
Great stuff, kite out.
Those should not come from Disc Priest though with our mana.
Get in,
Way too early
Get out.
Rapture ramp.
and get in.
And I try to salvage it by sending out some more mana into single target attempts.
Producing personals.
Second pots if you have them, second pots if you have them.
Once again, crucial, we're dealing with
in,
people being healthy
absorb,
before an
absorb,
overlap
absorb.
here. And we'll get Wildfire
Get
right
in.
after.
Get out. Get
So
in.
now, we're again looking at our evangelism cooldown. It's getting quite
Make
low
room,
here.
Make room.
Can almost do an evangelism
Laser,
ramp.
Kite.
Just cycle a radiance here. And look for players that need spot healing.
Fuck. Okay, not min-maxed up. At least
So
I'm
greatstaff
min-maxed
is in 10 seconds, and I'm way too late as you can see.
In.
And the reason why that happened was because I was trying to keep people alive that were
Out.
standing in the greatstaff cast.
Freeze, go in.
Get in, get in, get in.
I hit a hard ramp here. Shadow or Death just hard carrying
God,
it.
that ramp. Holy fuck, nice.
Use slots if you need them. Get in,
I did not get to use my Shadow Fiend there, so that
Down.
ramp could have had even
Okay,
more
so-
punch to it.
get in.
And there you see the pin sub going out on the
Make
tank.
room,
So
make
important
room.
that they get this barrier too.
Kite
Fire's
out,
bouncing. Still fire's bouncing.
kite out.
Can
You're calm.
Mariah, you're fucking over the other melee when you're doing that.
Kinda running on empty here. I'm saving Innervate for my Rapture ramp, which is gonna be very mana intense.
Two resses.
Get man up.
Don't take it yet, don't take it yet.
And here it starts, and this is
Right
with
after.
Innervate.
Health pot here.
Shroud.
And personals.
I have shout in 10.
Just keep comms clear.
Hit another fat ramp here, we utilize Shadow or
Anything
Death.
else you have here?
Literally everything you have here now.
At the
Wildfire,
end
get
here,
in,
the fight kind of falls apart for you in my opinion, because
Down.
there's so much panic.
Get in.
I ended up just kind of trying to get something going, as Shadow or Death was coming off cooldown,
Alright.
was what I was aiming for.
Anything else you have?
I just kill it.
Yeah, and the boss just kind of dies there.
Good
Okay.
job, guys.
I
Let's
assassin-
go.